Now, an ancient marriage custom is leading to a life of suffering for many women in Bangladesh. The dowry is the payment of money and goods by a woman's family to her new husband. It's officially banned in Bangladesh and in India, but it still goes on. And increasingly, it comes with abuse. The statistics are hard to find because the crime is underreported, but in India, it's estimated more than 6,000 women die every year from dowry-related abuse. In Bangladesh, nearly 66% of the women murdered in 2005 were victims of dowry-related domestic violence. Tony Bertley reports now from Dhaka on how the demand for dowry is leading to torture and even death.
A traditional wedding in a developing country, it should be the start of the happiest period. For some women in Bangladesh, it can signal the start of a nightmare, which can lead to abuse, torture and finally murder. Even though it's illegal, many Bangladesh marriages happen with an agreed dowry. In hard times, it's sometimes not enough. Reena got married when she was 12. Her parents paid nearly $300 for her dowry. It was $400 and a bicycle less than what had been agreed, and her husband inflicted a horrific punishment.
I didn't know anything about acid. I was sleeping in my father's house when he and his friends broke in and poured acid on my face. I was shouting and screaming, "Fire on my face!" but nobody splashed water on my face. That's why I suffered severe burns.
Before this, Reena had been tortured with burning sticks for more money. Her parents endured their own torture because they were poor and couldn't pay. They, like many others, had to endure in silence.
They torture their wives, the husbands, they torture their wives for dowry demands. They continue. It's not only during the marriage. The demand for money continues after the marriage. And this is, marriage is a big, income source for men. In many cases, these wives would like to leave their husband, this abusive husband, and that these husbands cannot accept. And then they throw acid, so that, if you're leaving me, you don't have any future.
There are no nationwide statistics of just how many dowry brides are killed and tortured, but it's estimated there are thousands every year, though the overwhelming majority are never reported to police.
Dowry killings are nothing new. They've been happening here for generations, but the global economic downturn impacts more on poor countries like Bangladesh, where there is a growing desperation for money.
Those brides who can't pay are often beaten, some are made to drink sulfuric acid, others forced to commit suicide, and some are murdered. These cases are not restricted to the poor only. Mitu was 18 when she married, young and beautiful from a good middle-class family. Her parents paid a dowry of $1,500, but the husband and his family demanded more.
The day before she was killed, they demanded money, saying they can't guarantee her safety otherwise. I told them to wait for my husband to return home. I'm not that rich to give them money whenever they want. But the next day, she was dead.
She was strangled in a downstairs room while her mother slept. Mitu's husband, Masum Alam, fled. Most dowry killers do. Some of those caught have been given life prison terms. Some have even received the death penalty. Reena serves her own sentence every time she looks in a mirror or walks in the street. She says her father died of shame and a broken heart because he felt he failed his daughter. Mental scars to add to the physical ones she and many others will carry for the rest of their lives. Tony Bertley, Al Jazeera, Dhaka.